Hello and welcome. My name is Olga Chwa, and we're gathering tonight for an Astro Yoga session. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to support this channel. We begin with this guided practice of yoga, Nidra, and I welcome you to get really, really comfortable for that. This practice involves doing nothing. You are invited to surrender, to release, to let go. And you might need to prepare for that. There might be some doing in order to arrive at the not doing. You might need to scoop up a cushion or a pillow somewhere and put it under your knees or under the neck somewhere if that needs to happen. Maybe a blanket needs to get wrapped around you if it's cooler or cooling down. And your body will cool down as you come into stillness. And you'll be guided for the next 10 or 12 minutes in this practice. And at the end of the practice, you'll be invited to move and to awaken and to slide in to some invitational stretches, invitational shapes and practices. So rest assured, if you do fall asleep, you will be prompted to awaken at the end. And if you do fall asleep and remain asleep, that is what you need. If you happen to drift off, let your body rest. This is winter here in the Northern Hemisphere. If you're anywhere in North America or in Europe, maybe in some of the northern parts of Asia, you are in a winter. And we're going to honor that as a seasonal truth. And I invite you to come into that stillness the way the winter feels like a slowing down, the way the ground gets cool, maybe even covered with snow. And there's a lack of growth, right? That lush spring and summer bounty of vegetation is at a still stopping, at a slowing down. So we invite the body to come into that sort of vibration, that sort of feeling, that mood of slowing down. Like the vegetation in the winter. And you might notice where you are supported. Again, you might need to get even more comfortable. There's no economy there. Take your time and your efforts to get this body comfortable. But you're noticing where the body's supported, where the earth is beneath, where you can trust. Softening the efforts into those spots. However the body's organized, you might be sitting, you might be lying down. Again, no wrong way to not do this, to not be doing. You might be watching. The mind, curious as it is, might be listening. The ears remain open and function quite well with the eyes closed. So if you have closed the eyes, get a sense of all the sounds. Let the ears be satisfied in their curiosity, collecting the sounds that are far and that are local. The sounds coming here with these instructions, this voice. And the sounds close by, listening to the sounds that are of the body here. Maybe the heartbeat or the pulse, maybe some digestion is making itself known. There might be little sounds with the breath. Listening for those sounds and listening to sounds that are even more subtle. Is there a voice, an inner voice? Maybe the mind is talking away, just, oh, remember this or do this, or maybe not. Maybe there's a quiet in the mind, listening for those internal sounds, that internal soundscape. And making a choice here to the inside. And with a kind voice, with a dear voice, telling yourself something you'd like to hear in this moment, giving yourself something nice. Something like, hey, you showed up to this class. Nice work. Hey. You're connecting with the body, you're connecting with the breath. It's not always easy. The body can be a tricky place to be. But you've made it. You've come here. You've got this opportunity just to hang out, just to observe, to witness. Be a companion, a watcher, a witness. And you might have some intentions or some desires. If there's something that you'd like to gift yourself, that the breath might bring you. You might breathe in some energy. If you're feeling tired, you might breathe in some resources that you need. You might breathe in even things like confidence. You might breathe in patience. Whatever it is that you might think of right away, what the mind generates if you ask the question, what are the resources I need? And inviting the breath to fill you up with that. So you hang out with the breath there for a moment and these ideas of what would be helpful. And if it feels good, you can hang out in that space. This is, again, your practice. The guidance I have is a suggestion. You can follow my lead, or if you find something pleasant and good to hang out with, let this be your practice. And so you might be there in this idea of what you need, what the desires are, what would be helpful, what are the resources. And you might let that go. You might let that be an inhale of I receive what I need, and letting go. In the next piece of the practice, the mind is invited to move around the body while the body rests. And so the body is in this form of sleep. It's a sleep-like state, that the body is in stillness, it's comfortable. If it shifts little by little to stay comfortable. And the mind will follow these instructions and will move around the body. The mind might imagine that body part, visualize it. You might repeat the name in the mind. Those are options, two things you can do. But the first and foremost thing is to go there, is to imagine or to take the mind to that body part beyond imagination, to feel it, to visit. And beginning today with the left hand, taking a moment to go down and notice the thumb, the whole thumb, the length of the thumb, front and back of the thumb, the tip of the thumb on the left hand there, the left thumb, and the web that moves and scoops it up into the index finger, noticing the whole front and back there and the tip of the index finger on the left hand, and letting the mind scoop down to the webbing and up the middle finger, noticing the whole left middle finger, and next and over to the fourth finger from the webbing to the tip and down. Again, to find the smallest finger, that little finger on the left side. Let the mind be aware of the fingers and thumb, the palm of the hand and the back of the hand. Notice the wrist and the forearm, left elbow, upper arm and shoulder, left armpit, side and waist, the left hip, buttock and thigh, the left knee, lower leg, ankle, heel, and foot. Left big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and fifth. The left side of the body, from the toes, ankle, knee, and hip, up to the shoulder, elbow, and wrist, to the left hand, the fingertips there. And take the awareness to the right hand. In the same way, notice the right hand thumb, front and back, to the tip of the thumb. Moving the awareness around and down to the webbing and up and around the index finger on the right, front and back, and the tip. Down to the base, to the bottom, to the webbing, to the middle finger, the whole middle finger on the right hand. And the fourth finger, and the little finger. To be aware of all the fingers and the thumb, the palm of the hand, the back of the hand, wrist and forearm, elbow, upper arm and shoulder, armpit and the sides, the right waist, hip and buttock, the right thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, heel and foot, and the right big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and fifth, together. From the toes, ankle, knee, and hip, to the shoulder, elbow, and wrist of the right hand, the whole right side. Be aware of the right side, the left side, the feet, the knees, the hips, the pelvis, the abdomen, the back, upper back, and chest, collarbones right and left, to the tops of the shoulders, left and right, and the neck, and the back of the head, and the sides of the head, the ears right and left, the chin and the lips and the cheeks, the nostrils. Let the mind be aware of the tip of the nose, up to the bridge, the right eye, the left eye, the right eyebrow and left eyebrow, forehead, the hairline, to the crown of the head, together the head and face, the neck and shoulders and the arms, together the chest and back, the abdomen, pelvis, and legs, together the whole body, the whole body, the whole body. Be aware of the whole body, just here, breathing, hanging out, the mind home, watching the breath, watching the whole body, resting, comfortable, or getting more comfortable. If the comfort's not quite there, what does this body need to be comfortable? And where is the body the least comfortable? Taking a moment to explore that, to be curious, to find where it is least at ease. Where is the body holding something uncomfortable? And it may be a physical sensation. It might be pain, tension, tightness. There may be no name like that. There may be just a sensation that has no description. Let the mind just be there, just visit. Find the least comfortable part of the body. Acknowledge it and welcome it. It too is part of this human experience. Welcoming the whole body and exploring the most comfortable part of the body. Where is the body at great ease? Where is the body perfectly happy? Is there some little part of the body, maybe as small as the tip of one finger, that feels great? And letting the mind visit and make a home in this part of the body that feels good, however small. And maybe there's several small parts, like a collection of islands around the body. Where does the body feel the best? Scanning and finding and noticing, collecting this awareness, welcoming the parts that feel good, maybe thanking them. Inviting that good to spread, to make a home in this body. The best parts, the parts that feel the best, let them take up as much space as possible. Playing with these opposites of being comfortable and uncomfortable, both experiences true in almost every human body. This might be something to let go of. This might be something to say, thank you, plenty. And it might be something to stay with. It might be something to return to. Again, this is your practice, your state of awareness. And these choices that you can make to remain in this inquiry, in this exploration, or to let it go, to shift the awareness back to the breath, to shift the awareness again to listening to the breath, and to the body, listening to any mental sounds, any mental voices, any chatter that are intuitively there, maybe the reassurance that you're in this practice in a familiar place, remembering where you are, listening to the sounds all around, the sounds that are in the space, maybe outside. Among them, this voice, these instructions, listening to this everything and feeling the breath move in the body, feeling the shape, the position of the body, feeling again what's beneath and what's on top, any cover, clothing, maybe the touch even of a strand of hair somewhere on a cheek or on a forehead, feeling into those details of this skin. And checking in with yourself. What does the body need? You might need the rest. You might need to stay in this position or roll into a more comfortable position and continue the class in the imagination. That is an option, to be following the physical teachings with the mental state. And you might choose to wiggle a little bit, to move the toes and the fingers to awaken. And it could be that the body needs a bigger stretch and a yawn, and it could be that you might even need a drink of water or to change your position altogether. Let that be the first teacher here. What does the body need? Being the first mode of decision making, and the suggestions that come from here are options, are ideas for you to check in with yourself. Does that sound like it'd be fun? Does that sound like it'd be a good idea? Would it feel good? And that's our practice. This is our practice. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for doing however much or little you chose to do. You are perfect. Thank you for watching. Please like the video and leave a comment about your experience. And while you're here, please subscribe to my channel and opt in for notifications to catch the next class I upload. And then head over to olgachwa.com to join in a live event or to work one-on-one with me. I'm here to help.